Hey everyone, it's Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics and welcome to a new episode of New Arrivals. It's Maiko behind the camera. It's a new week, there are new guitars here. Last week you all chose the D28 from 1958 as your favorite. It was a tight matchup because for a second it seemed like the D41 from 89 was going to win, but you all chose for a more vintage Martin. And I understand. So Maiko and I are both going to pick two and it's up to you to pick your favorite. We have a community site on the YouTube page and there's a poll there. Also wanted to mention that we have a spring sale at the Fellowship right now. There are a lot of products up to 35% discount, I believe. So have a look on our website and let's dive in right away.
Let's go!
Let's go! So the first thing that I noticed in this rack is the state of this case. Check it out.
Lovely.
Man. But it says nothing about the guitar, I hope. We do also sell cases at the Fellowship, so if you decide to buy a guitar here, you can also buy a new case with it. This is a vintage Guild 12-string. It's a F212 from 74. Maybe the case did say something about the state of the guitar, because it has a lot of scratches and a lot of aggressive playing. I don't know if you can see the scratches going this way.
Could be worse, could be worse.
It could be worse. Let's hear how she sounds. It's always a gamble with the 12-string. Is it in tune? Michael, is it in tune?
Yeah, it's gonna be in tune.
Colin, is it in tune?
Definitely not.
It's not in tune. Jurgen?
No, definitely not.
There we go. Martijn?
It's 12 string now.
3 no's, 1 yes. This doesn't count as in tune. 12 hours later. Almost in tune. I think it's a nice sounding 12-string. Nice body shape as well. It's got a pickup installed, an AER pickup. I didn't even know they produced guitar pickups. It's pretty easy to play as well, which is also a gamble with 12 strings.
And old 12 strings.
Old 12 strings, definitely. Then maybe a little bit of a small-bodied acoustic from the folks over at Goodall. Goodall. This is a Goodall from 2002.
Look at that.
Some beautiful Koa. Man, it seems that over at the Fellowship there's a sort of a theme every couple of weeks. So sometimes we have LOOs. A few weeks we get a lot of vintage LOOs. I think the last few weeks there was a Koa theme because we had so many Koa guitars. Also butterscotch tellies, by the way. This is a beauty. In a amazing state. This is just as new.
Because it's from?
2002. Wow.
Yeah, damn.
Really pretty sounding guitar. Wouldn't consider myself as a big Koa fan in general. I've never really had a feel of a Koa guitar that really spoke to me. This is beautiful. So definitely a contender. I will have a quick look around, see if I can find anything else, but this is on the top of my list right now. So this is a Fender guitar, a model I've not heard of before. A Fender Montego. Montego? Montego. Montego. Manchego. Yeah, that's a nice cheese. Okay.
Did not expect that.
Nope. I was maybe expecting an acoustic. So, this is the Fender Montego. This one is a refinish, or is the model called Montego refinish?
Colin, you must know everything about this guitar.
It's a refinish.
It's a refinish.
Ah.
Is this a wide range? Or is it normal? Yeah, wide range. Humbucker. a huge headstock, head for scale. I think the black refinish looks really cool on this. It's almost more of a rockabilly guitar or something. All in all, nice introduction to this model. So now you know what a Fender Montego is. A second-hand Gibson ES335, traditional series. Ooh, nice. This one is from 2017. Let's say this is sort of a 63-ish model.
Can anybody tune the guitar, please?
We're looking for a guitar tuner, so if you're in need of a job, then please email us. How many guitars do we have? 1,200?
100-ish, yeah.
You need to tune them all, every day. So 2017, this is a pretty affordable 335 because new 335s are getting really expensive. It's in good condition, as you can see. I think the small blocks with the cherry finish is just a really cool look on a 335. You like 335s as well?
Definitely.
Me too. I already know what's going to be my first choice because it's going to be the Goodall that I played. I wouldn't normally go for a Goodall when I see it lying around, but from 2002, just the sound really intrigued me. So I'm wondering what it will sound through a microphone, so let's do it right now.
Some more chances to find some new guitars to show you all. Milo's already showed you one, or maybe two, three. We're gonna have a look around, so let's see what we can find, right? While we were in this little area, I also noticed a few interesting guitars. Gonna start off with this little square case that we have over here. This is a Dutch brand with a nice logo, and it's actually endorsed by a bunch of guitarists from the Netherlands, namely a guy named Henk Johannes, also known from Money in a Man, a Rebel Relic. Nice, we actually get a little plex sheet. So this one's been completely plecked. And Rebel Relic is a really cool, very small guitar company that makes, well, obviously the classics that Fender builds, Tellys, Stratocasters, you name it. And they did something interesting, like Henk wanted a very specific guitar, a old Stratocaster with a hardtail, which you don't see too often, and they built that. And they did a really good job, but this is a really cool iteration of a Teddy. The first thing I'm noticing is what I've also noticed with Henk's specimen is a very resonant guitar actually. The nice thing is that they're quite affordable. Honestly, I feel like they make some custom shop qualities just like the Deltones that we have in here. But I think that this one's a little bit more raw than the most of the Deltones that we have, which is something I gravitate towards personally a little bit more. Just wanted to quickly show you this one as well to stay in the theme of Koa topped guitars, because this beauty is a 0012 all-Koa. So just like the Goodall that Milo showed you, the top, the back and the sides are completely made of Koa. Very interesting. It's a very different shade top, right? So this is a little bit darker. The other one was a lot more reddish, which jumps out to the eye a bit more, but beautiful grain. With the custom shops, they tend to go all out. So it's beautiful herringbone binding along the side. Nice little perloid in the rosette, slotted headstock, little 12 fret, beautiful little guitar. Let's see what she's got in store for us. Still slightly out of tune, but good enough to let you hear what she sounds like. And she sounds pretty nice. It's quite balanced, actually. It is not exactly what I am looking for this week, or maybe my ears are still waking up from last weekend because I've been listening to Milo's band The Shells live in concert, and my ears are still bleeding from that show. Check it out, it's going to be on the site soon, but let's see what else we can find. This case is one that I've seen before, actually, specifically this one, because the guitar that's in here is a Creek guitar. It's a Japanese brand, and they make Gibson-like models, and this one was actually shown to us by our buddies from the Boutique Guitar Show. They do really nice aging on all of these guitars, so the little scuff marks that you see here, it was done on purpose. This specific model has a nice, very wide grain on the top, and also on the top is a long pickguard, a really nice 60s thing that they did. Really resonant, which is how I remembered it as well. Actually, Rudy, longtime owner of the Fellowship of Acoustics, played these guitars. He fell in love instantly, and he's like, I gotta have these in my store. So we bought two that day. Never heard of them before, actually. Beautiful, resonant, aged, vintage kind of guitar. I think this is gonna be my first choice of this week to see how you would like this guitar. Let's listen downstairs. So let's head over to this rack, because I spotted a few very interesting cases here. I think we're going to start with this one. This is a 335, another one. Also a cherry one, because this is a 66. Ooh, déjà vu.
Like I said, small blocks with a cherry finish. I think maybe a trapeze tailpiece adds to the coolness of a 335. A lot of wear on it. A very interesting spot here. I don't know how this came to be. But then some belly rash, and the neck. Have a look at this. This is worn down.
Road worn, right?
Yeah, but that's all good. Acoustically, this one really rings. I think this is a really good one. So I would be interested to see what this will sound like through an amp. This is just the first guitar that I picked out of this rack, so I won't pin down my choice right now. Two other guitars that I want to feature. The first one is another vintage Gibson. It's a 65. This is a Gibson Dove. Oh. So another bird-themed Gibson acoustic. The Dove is a really cool design, I think. This pickguard isn't what it used to be, as you can see. This one has been worn down by time. I think maybe the top layer has been removed. I don't know what caused that to happen, but the Dove is still visible, so that's nice. The cherry is nice and vibrant still. It's got a pretty high settle. I think this should have had a neck reset, if I'm not mistaken. Some repaired cracks here on the top. Is this one in tune, Michael?
Yeah.
This has got the hummingbird Dove sound, which I really like, and also is a really nice recording guitar, I think. We talked about this before with vintage Gibsons, sort of a not as open and loud and resonant guitar as maybe vintage Martins, a little bit more intimate, more muted, but that's what gives it a sort of a melancholic sound, which I really like. Great sounding Dove. So a really good 335, a really good Dove, but there's one more to go that I still want to open, and it's this one.
Dang it!
Dang it! I won't be playing this, but it's nice to see, because check that out. We are looking at a ES335 stereo baritone 63 lefty blonde conversion 67. We went down a rabbit hole because we didn't know what was the story of this particular 355. So we got an expert here. I called my buddy over.
We had to fly in the heavies for this one.
Here he is. So take it away.
Yeah, I've got a little cheat sheet on this one, okay, because it's a bit of a history. What we see here is a 1963 ES355 with variotone in cherry red, right?
Yes, it's cherry red, of course it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how it rolled off the factory in '63. Then it was sold and it roamed around, well, close to the Gibson factory, Kalamazoo, around all that time. And in 1966, it was bought by Mick McCormick, the owner of the Minnesota Barking Ducks.
Yeah. We have a little tape of that band.
We'll insert video. So what he did, he was a left-handed player, so he retopped it in the factory in Kalamazoo. So it's a Kalamazoo retop, factory retop.
That's insane.
Yeah, so new top, converted it to a left-handed model. Made it white as well, right? White, blonde, sorry. It had the conversion, so there's no drilling, there's no knobs and anything. In the inside, you'll see the cherry red finish, the original cherry red finish still. The backs and sides, they figured they make it black, right? Because otherwise it would be cherry with a natural top, a bit off. So this is all factory original, refinished in 1967. We have all the original parts in this magic little box.
Yeah, let's not pull it apart, but it's all in there.
Might be radioactive.
It's really a player, but with an amazing history. So it was owned by Douglas Adams. Some of you might know that name. Douglas Adams is the writer of the Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy.
He
Cool
owned this
book.
guitar.
He owned this guitar. A man of 30 guitars, they say.
So that being said, my second choice for this new arrivals is the Gibson Dove. There it is. This is my second choice, so let's also put this in front of a microphone right now.
Let's go! I saw a few more, so I know that we have a beautiful photo studio that also has a bunch of guitars. First, I want to check this out, because this is a ES225 from 1955 in a supposed sunburst finish. Nice.
Best pickup position.
I was gonna say, middle P90, fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, fan. For these guitars, if you only got one choice, put it in the middle. I know that some of you might complain that the pick might get in the way, but the way that this body is built, it's actually angled downwards a little bit, so you'd really have to hold it like this to actually get in the way of that pickup. So I always love these slim-bodied guitars. Some scuff marks, of course, but I love the way that the top is aged on this model. Actually, crackling is very nice. Yeah, nice little guitar. So the bridge is something I don't usually play on, which makes it a little bit harder to play, I guess, on the higher strings, for me at least actually, but the neck feels great. Cool little instrument, just wanted to show you. 1955 ES335. 225. Besides all the vintage guitars that we usually show you, I know that the episode's filled with it, we also get a bunch of new guitars. So this is one of a brand that we've been dealing for years now. I know that we actually have a lot of fans in the store, a lot of colleagues who play the brand. It is Sir. Yes, sir. Check that out. 3 pickup telly. Did it always say Lake Elsinore? Oh, that's something new that I'm seeing. Lake Elsinore, California. I know that it always said California with the bird-in thing, but yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Sir, I hope not. If you are, check them out. Very high-grade instruments. John Sir was actually a Fender master builder before he started his own company. And you can really tell that his master build skills are built into his company. The neck is a favorite amongst a lot of players. Matteo Sasato, he has a beautiful telly signature as well. Pete Thorne, a bunch of Sir endorsees around the globe. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you this boy. I promised you we'd check out the photo studio, so let's go in here and disturb some colleagues. Have you ever been catfished?
Nope.
You're about to be catfished. Santa Cruz Catfish. Ooh, beautiful parlor-sized instrument by the Santa Cruz Guitar Company. Check out the back. That's golden. Stain. Very, very beautiful stain. What are we looking at actually? A Catfish signature. Maybe Catfish is a person and I am forgetting who you are. I'm sorry, Catfish. Maybe one of the American viewers can tell us who Catfish Keith is. There's a beautiful little cartoon of him on the inside, and you should probably educate us Europeans. Keep it in mind, I just want to check 1 or 2 more guitars, but I've been catfished because this sounds pretty nice.
Do you like shooting black guitars?
No, it's not my hobby at all.
I can see why you need to wipe it down.
Yeah, all the dust and later the reflections.
Yeah.
Keeps us busy.
We used to have the LG2 of the week show. It was a little running gag. This is an LG1. LG1, 1959. Sunburst finish. That's pretty nice. Interesting sound. LG1, I know it's an acquired taste, which is partly due to the leather bracing that's on the inside. So it's got a nice muted sound. Makes me reconsider what my choices are going to be. 1959, if you're interested, check out the website. So I thought about it, and my choice has fallen on the Catfish O, the Catfish Keith guitar. Beautiful little guitar actually, and I want to know more about Mr. Catfish Keith, so let's go downstairs and see what she sounds like. Alright everyone, so that was this week's episode of New Arrivals. Milo?
It was.
Alright, Milo is always very, very able to talk at the end of such a long recording day. So we want to thank you all again for watching. Please leave a comment down below which one of these guitars was your favorite, and be sure to vote in the community poll that's on our YouTube page. Am I forgetting anything, Milo?
I hope you all have a nice day. See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.